What do you got?
Welcome to 911 Cam, home of the wildest police chase dashcam footage. Police officers never know what they're walking into when they get that call. One minute it's a simple traffic stop. The next minute they're fighting for their lives against someone who has nothing left to lose.
The Charlotte County Sheriff's Office is continuing to investigate after 2 of their deputies shot and killed an unarmed man outside his home.
These are the moments that test every officer's training, courage, and will to survive. Here are 6 incidents that show just how dangerous this job really is. Case number 1, the sovereign citizen who fought 3 deputies. October 23, 2024, in Charlotte County, Florida, started like any other day for the sheriff's deputies. They got called to a simple property dispute. Some guy wanted a guest removed from his place. Seemed routine enough. But when they arrived at Elroy Clark's property, they had no idea they were about to face one of the most intense fights of their careers.
You got bullshit in your hands, in your eyes,
Bro,
your car.
Calm down.
You're on my land. You're telling me to calm down?
You've got a warrant for your arrest.
I've been here peacefully making things happen in my world, in my space. I'm allowed to do that. I haven't troubled anyone. There's been no crime.
Here's what's gonna happen.
There's no crime. It's a civil matter, and I said leave. That's all that matters.
Clark wasn't just any regular guy having a bad day. This 42-year-old had some serious anti-government beliefs and thought he was above the law. When deputies ran his name, they found out he had a warrant for skipping court on a trespassing charge. That's when things went sideways fast.
I have no weapons on me, and I told you that. I'm allowed to raise my voice. That's not against the law. That's what decibel is it that I need to go past? What decibel is it not peaceful anymore? Tell me that.
Elroy, put your hands
Do
behind
not touch me.
Put your hands
Hey,
behind your
do
back.
not touch me.
The moment they tried to arrest him, Clark turned into a human wrecking ball. For nearly 20 minutes, this guy fought like his life depended on it. He refused to give his real name, claimed he was someone else, and absolutely lost it when the officers wouldn't buy his story. The deputies tried everything they could think of to calm him down, but Clark was having none of it.
Listen.
Who's you?
Put your hands behind your back.
I am Ben Day. Do you hear what I said?
Do you have an ID?
I am Ben Day. I'm on my property. I'm not operating in commerce.
Do you have
Is
an
this
ID?
commerce?
I don't know what that is.
You're about to get tased. I'm
Really?
not. Yeah.
You're about to
100%.
tase me on my land.
I will.
You will do that.
I
What's your
will
name?
100% do it.
Slender.
That's correct.
What made this situation so crazy was how strong Clark was. Sheriff Bill Prummel later said Clark physically overpowered 3 trained deputies like they were kids. He was literally tossing grown men aside with ease. The officers tried tasers, pepper spray, even beanbag rounds. Nothing worked. This guy just kept fighting.
Put your hands behind your back.
Listen,
Put your hands behind your back.
go ahead and do what you gotta do. Go ahead. Don't touch me though. You're not allowed to touch me.
Back up.
Maintain 1 arm distance from me for your own safety. and
Taser,
mine.
taser, taser.
Hey,
Tase him. Tase him.
get on the ground. Just get on the ground, please.
OC, OC. Get on the ground.
I gave you everything, and this is how you treat
On
me.
the ground, please.
I gave you everything.
On
and this is
the
how you treat
ground.
me. I gave you everything. Get the fuck off me. Don't touch me.
The whole thing was captured on body camera, and you can hear the frustration and desperation in the officers' voices as they tried everything in their playbook to avoid using deadly force. They kept telling Clark to get on the ground, warning him he was going to get shot if he didn't stop. But he just wouldn't quit.
On the ground.
I told you don't.
Get on the ground. Hand behind your back. Hand behind your back.
Get fucking tase me, motherfucker.
All right. Ease up. Ease up. No, tase, tase.
No. I'm Ben Day. Get off.
Get on the ground. Get on the ground. Stay down. Stay down.
I'm Ben Day. You're gonna get shot, motherfucker. I'm telling you. You're gonna get fucking shot.
Finally, after 20 minutes of this nightmare, Clark charged at one of the deputies. That's when the officer had no choice but to fire 14 shots. It was a tragic end to a situation that could have been avoided if Clark had just cooperated. The sheriff called it heartbreaking because now kids were left without a father, all because of the choices Clark made that day.
Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Go! Shots fired! Shots fired!
Case number 2. The naked armed fugitive in the woods. June 4, 2025 in Oklahoma City was supposed to be a routine warrant service for officers. They were heading to arrest 40-year-old Jose Martinez for some serious charges involving rape and forcible sodomy. What they didn't expect was for this guy to turn their morning into something out of a horror movie.
I'm Captain Valerie Littlejohn with the Office of Media Relations. We want to update you on an officer-involved shooting that occurred on June 4th, 2025. At approximately 6 a.m., officers arrived at 5205 Evanbrook Terrace to serve both a search warrant and an arrest warrant for suspect Jose Martinez.
When officers arrived at the house on Evanbrook Terrace around 6 in the morning, they were ready to serve arrest and search warrants. Martinez was wanted for multiple counts involving both adult and juvenile victims, so they knew he was dangerous. But nobody could have predicted what happened next. Instead of surrendering like a normal person, Martinez decided to make things as weird and dangerous as possible. He ran out of the house completely naked and armed with a gun. Picture this: a grown man with no clothes on, running around with a weapon, while police are trying to arrest him for serious crimes.
Hey, we got a runner out of our warrant. Will you start us some more units out here? 5205 Evanbrook Terrace, there's a call built. It's a naked Mexican male with a gun in his hand.
When officers arrived at the location to serve the warrants, suspect Martinez fled the house naked and armed with a handgun, running into a nearby wooded area.
The guy didn't just run to the street or hide behind a car like most suspects. No, Martinez headed straight for the woods like some kind of wild animal. Officers chased him through the trees, shouting commands the whole time. When he hit a barbed wire fence, most people would give up. Not this guy. He threw his gun over the fence and climbed after it.
Continued to work his way through the perimeter and away from officers, he came to a chain-link fence with barbed wire at the top. Martinez threw the firearm over the fence before climbing up and over it. Despite multiple verbal commands from the officer, Martinez refused to comply. Martinez picked up the firearm and stated that the officer would have to kill him.
Once Martinez got his hands on the weapon again, he basically told officers they'd have to kill him. That's when everyone knew this wasn't going to end well. Officers tried to get him to surrender, but Martinez had already made up his mind. When he raised the gun toward the officers, one of them had no choice but to fire.
Get on the ground before I kill you! Get on the ground before I kill you! Get on the ground!
Kill me.
Turn around!
No, you gotta kill me.
Turn around! Stop! Stop!
The whole thing was surreal. A naked man running through the woods, armed and telling police to shoot him. It shows how unpredictable and dangerous police work can be. 1 minute you're serving a warrant, the next you're chasing a naked armed fugitive through the forest. Case 3. The domestic call that turned deadly. May 4th, 2024, around 4 in the afternoon in Baltimore, Maryland, seemed like a typical domestic disturbance call. Someone called 911 about a violent situation at a home on Boundbrook Way. The caller said Ralph Picarella III was throwing things at a family member and threatening people with a knife. Officers probably thought it would be another routine domestic call.
He's withdrawing badly. Just left the hospital.
What's going on?
No, he's locked in my room.
What's going on?
But when Baltimore County Police arrived, they realized this wasn't going to be simple. Picarella was in some kind of withdrawal and was acting completely unpredictable. He was angry, desperate, and had missed his methadone program that morning, which made everything worse. The officers tried to talk to Picarella when they got inside the house, hoping to calm him down and resolve things peacefully. That's what they're trained to do. Use words before weapons. But Picarella wasn't interested in talking things through. Instead, he grabbed not just one weapon, but two. A knife and a carving fork.
Sir, put the knife down.
Drop the knife! Drop the knife! Drop the knife! Drop the knife! Ma'am, get back.
Picture the scene. Officers in someone's home, trying to help with a family dispute, and suddenly they're facing a guy armed with kitchen utensils who's acting completely erratic. They kept telling him to drop the weapons, but he wouldn't listen. The family members were probably terrified, and the officers had to protect everyone in that house.
Drop the knife! Drop the knife! Ma'am! Ma'am, get back here. Ma'am! Start! Get back here! Get back here!
The situation got worse when Picarella started advancing toward the officers with his weapons. One officer tried using a taser, hoping the electrical shock would stop him without causing permanent harm. But two other officers, Manning and Pelgro, saw the immediate threat and opened fire.
I don't have gloves.
Roll them on us or something.
After the shooting, officers immediately started giving Picarella medical aid, trying to save his life even though he had just threatened them. But it was too late. He was pronounced dead when EMS arrived. Nobody else in the house got hurt, which is probably the only good thing about this whole situation. Number 4. The Wrong Way Bicycle Rider. November 12, 2022, in Riverside County, California, started with something as simple as a traffic stop for a bicycle violation. A deputy with the Cabazon Sheriff's Station noticed a guy riding his bike on the wrong side of Carmen Avenue. Most people would just get a warning or maybe a ticket. But 38-year-old Wallace Kenneth Scott had bigger problems.
When you're on your bike, you gotta go with the traffic, right? You can't be on the sidewalk, means you gotta be on the side of the road so that oncoming cars. What's your name?
Kenneth Wallace.
Kenneth Wallace. Can you hop off your bike for me real fast? Do you have any weapons on you?
I do.
What do you got? Don't reach for it. No.
When the deputy ran Scott's information, he discovered the guy had an active felony warrant for violating parole. So what started as a simple bike stop suddenly became an arrest situation. The deputy probably thought this would be straightforward. Just detain the guy and take him in on the warrant. Scott had other plans. Instead of cooperating, he became completely uncooperative and tried to ride away on his bicycle. The deputy wasn't about to let a wanted felon just pedal away, so he tried to detain Scott right there on the street. That's when things went from bad to worse in a hurry.
Don't touch your weapon. Keep your hands out of your pockets. Keep your hands. Keep your hands out of your pockets.
Shoot me then.
Turn around.
Shoot me, mother. Call your office, because I'm the Antichrist. You guys keep harassing me.
I got a 32 Frank uncooperative.
I just come up here to get peace.
No, put bike down.
All right, mother. What's up, G?
During the struggle, Scott reached into his pocket and pulled out a large knife. Think about how fast this escalated. 1 second, the deputy is dealing with a bike violation. The next second, he's facing a blade-wielding suspect who's already wanted for felony charges.
Huh? What's up?
What do you got?
There was no time to call for backup or try other tactics. The deputy had to make a split-second decision with the knife-wielding felon in front of him. He fired his weapon, striking Scott, who fell to the ground. The deputy immediately started giving him medical aid and called for paramedics, but Scott died at the scene. This case shows how quickly routine police work can turn deadly. A simple bike stop became a fatal encounter because of choices Scott made. First violating parole, then trying to flee, and finally pulling a knife on an officer. The deputy probably left his house that morning thinking he'd be writing traffic tickets, not fighting for his life. Number 5. The machete-wielding arsonist. June 28, 2025, in St. Augustine, Florida. Someone was having the worst night of their life. A terrified victim was hiding in their own home while 35-year-old Justin Troy Lockheck was outside with a machete, trying to burn the house down. The situation was so dangerous that the victim couldn't even call 911 normally. They had to text for help. Lockash wasn't just angry. He was completely unhinged. He had forced his way into the home, armed himself with a machete, and was actively trying to set the place on fire while threatening the person inside. This wasn't a domestic dispute or a burglary gone wrong. This was someone trying to commit multiple serious crimes at once. The victim's quick thinking probably saved their life. Instead of trying to make a phone call that Lockack might overhear, they used the text to 911 feature to quietly alert authorities. This gave police the element of surprise when they arrived, which was crucial given how dangerous Lockack was.
Justin, let me see your hands. He's going out back door. Hey, let me see your fight. He's got a knife. Justin, hey, get on the ground. Get on the ground.
St. Johns County deputies responded quickly and entered the home ready for anything. They found Lockack armed with the machete and still making threats. But instead of immediately using deadly force, they tried something different. A 40mm less lethal launcher.
We're at the back door.
You're about to get tased.
Lay down! Now! Lay down! Lay the down on his stomach. Go get tased.
The less lethal launcher worked perfectly. It subdued Lockack without killing him, allowing deputies to take him into custody safely. Nobody got hurt, the house didn't burn down, and a dangerous situation was resolved without tragedy. It's a perfect example of officers using the right amount of force for the situation. Lockack ended up facing charges for attempted arson, assault, burglary, and resisting an officer with violence. The St. Johns County Sheriff's Office later emphasized how important the text to 911 feature was in this case, showing people that there are options when making a phone call isn't safe. Case number 6, the Circle K sleeper who went violent. August 22, 2022, in Kennewick, Washington, police got called to a Circle K gas station for what seemed like a simple welfare check. Someone reported a guy sleeping in his car at the gas pump. Officer probably figured they'd wake the guy up, make sure he was okay, and send him on his way. But James West had other plans.
Hello, police. Hello, police, wake up. Please. Hey, you alright, man? Fine. Okay. Well, you were passed out of the pump for a little bit. You wanna go ahead and turn the car off? No. No? No. Okay.
When officers approached West's car and woke him up, they immediately noticed something was off. Instead of using his keys to start the car, West was trying to start it with a screwdriver. That's usually a sign the car is stolen, so officers became more alert to what was happening.
Don't. Get out of the car. Back up. Back up! Back up! I have get out of the car! Out of the car! I have a condition. Get out of the car! Get on the ground! I have a condition. I have a condition. Leave me alone. Fine. Get out of the car.
The officers tried to handle the situation calmly, asking West to turn off the car and talk to them. But West kept saying he had to leave, that he had someone to meet. The more they talked, the more agitated he became. Officers could sense this was about to go sideways.
Leave me alone! On the ground! Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Chase me! Don't do it! Northbound or CCB! I have a gun in my hand! Don't do it! Drop the gun! Drop the gun!
That's when West suddenly pulled out a firearm, instantly turning a welfare check into a life or death situation. The officers tried using a taser to stop him without deadly force, but it didn't work. West got his car started and drove toward a nearby apartment complex.
The gun! King 911 dispatch, he's got a gun! Get on the ground! Drop the gun! Did he fire? Yeah. Get on the ground!
Instead of just fleeing, West made the situation even worse by opening fire on the police officers. Now they were dealing with an armed suspect who was actively shooting at them. West then got out of his car and brandished his weapon at the officers. The standoff reached its peak when officers had no choice but to return fire.
Okay, getting on the ground. Okay.
Okay, we have one suspect down. Shots fired.
Where's the gun? Do not move!
Surprisingly, when West collapsed, he hadn't actually been hit by any bullets. He was taken into custody and transported for medical evaluation. The whole incident shows how a simple welfare check can turn into a shootout in just minutes, and how officers have to be ready for anything when they respond to even the most routine calls.